Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Twisted Koi on a Sunday afternoon to talk about all things koi and everything else in between. So, how we doing out there, people? Let me just get this one on silent. There we go. That's that got sorted. Well, let me just start off by saying, had an absolutely awesome afternoon yesterday with everyone that turned up and picked up their auction fish. I did get let down by one gentleman, didn't even contact me, but everyone else arrived yesterday. Let down by one gentleman, didn't even contact me, but oh, there we go. Just goes to show that there is a lag between YouTube. Anyway, as I was saying, everyone else joined and came down and picked up their fish. Afternoon, everyone has joined in. Mark, Scrag, Kelly, Rick's koi. Rick came down and picked his fish up, as did Luke's bonsai. And I've got to say, a massive, massive thank you to Luke from Luke's bonsai. He actually gifted me two really, really nice bonsais that you'll see in today's video. But yeah, had an absolutely wicked afternoon. What with Luke, Richard, Rick, Jim Bob. Uh, yeah, it was absolutely awesome, mate. And I tell you what, guys and girls, if you want a really nice bonsai, get in touch with Luke's bonsai. He's not got a lot on on the YouTube yet, but he has got a Facebook page, and that's where he does most of his bonsai stuff. That's if I'm correct. But after chatting with him yesterday, he has told me that he is going to improve his YouTube presence and his YouTube content. So go over, give him a bit of encouragement, give him a subscribe, and all the usual. Just tell him I sent you. And no doubt, if you contact him through Facebook for anything bonsai, I'm sure if you tell him I sent you, not only will it tickle him pink, but I'm sure he'll sort you out as well. So there we go. That's that one. Uh, what else we got? Oh, yesterday, after everyone had gone, I was all up for going, right, fuck it, let's dive into it. And both my mum and Susan went, whoa, hold your horses, slow down, because they know what I'm like. Yeah, I would have been out there until 9 o'clock last night, still ripping stuff down, but they didn't. I didn't happen, didn't happen, didn't happen. And yeah, oh mate, honestly, Jamie, they are going great guns out there. In fact, I've even turned off the Easy Pod that was on there, and because it was literally, poor bastards were like they were in a whirlpool. I mean, it was just flying round, and that was with the 10,000 litre an hour pump working at 10%, and the 20,000 litre an hour pump that's going over the shower through the Tempests, that was only running at about 20%. And literally, it was making them fly around that pole. So it was Friday night. Just after I walked the dog, I went out there and I switched the 10,000 litre an hour pump off. And when I come, no, it's yeah, when I come down Saturday morning, they looked so much happier. And yeah, so I think the good thing there was, Jamie, it was in the fact that one, they were in water from the pond straight away because I filled that with water from the pond. They both got they the filters that were on there came off of the pond, so in effect, all they've done is they've been moved into a smaller body of water. So there's nothing changed in that respect. So they shouldn't have much of a problem transitioning. At the same time, I preempted everything by surrounding it with polystyrene and everything, so that should help and stop the fluctuations. They will end up with warmer days out there than they will have cooler days because, as we know, the front garden is south facing, and if we do have a hot day, then the pond gets it all day long. So, hence why I put the polystyrene in there. One, for when it gets cooler, and two, on the hot days, it. Hey!
Yo, Vince,
Yo, how we doing, Sid brother?
can you hear me nice and clear?
Yes, mate. Dino's in, Neil's in, Big Scott's in, and as Luke was saying, Luke was actually here yesterday, and honestly, there was a major league difference in temperature between the front garden and the back garden. It was mental, absolutely mental, and all the guys that were here yesterday will attest to that. And yeah, they went home with some absolutely stunning fish at seriously low prices that they paid. But yeah, everyone was happy. Everyone was happy, and yeah, that made me happy. And the fact that everyone came through, I now have the money there ready for the boxing.
Woohoo!
So once all the building and that's done, the money is there to pay for the Boxford liner. So yes, super,
How,
super, super
how many
excited.
how many liters are we adding to Twisted Towers, Vince?
I'm not 100% sure because I haven't run it through a calculator, and but I can give you the measurement. The inside measurements will be 8 foot 4 inches by 9 foot 10 by 5 foot deep. So it's going to be a lot bigger
Okay,
than
that's
my
we're looking at
original pond. Wicken,
like
Si?
10,000 liters, Vince.
Well, it's going to be damn sight bigger than what I've got. I mean, I've measured the
Woo!
main pond depth wise, and it's from where the water line was to the top of the bottom drain dome was exactly 4 foot.
Let's go
But
deeper, Vince.
but it is sloping, so it is a lot higher in the outer edges. But when we rebuild, I'm going down to 5 foot, and very much like the ponds we've got at the farm in the Munger Tunnel, I'm going completely flat bottomed. So yeah,
For the volume.
no worries, George. How we doing, Simon, Wicken, Baz? Thanks for joining in.
Oh, I'm so happy to see all my familiar names, Vince. It's been
Yeah,
so long.
it has been a long, long time, Sid. So what's going on with Chiba Koi India?
You know how we roll, bro. It's hellfire here. It's absolute nonsense happening. I've got projects going on all around the country. Been running back and
Nice.
forth. The team is still small, but like they're becoming strong, man. I love my team. They're turning into such badasses. Then we've got harvest happening and sales happening every day. I'm trying to keep a grip on the marketing and and the sales, just keeping track of all the sales bins, dude. like, I mean, they're not expensive fish. Like, I'm not selling them really expensive. I'm trying to do like the best I can to like work out the best deals. But like we're making some decent sales, and then bins. 24 days in Niigata, bro. I'm going in 2 weeks
Nice.
for the October harvest.
Is that back to Marahiro?
So I'm still making my list. Like you know me, I don't want to go to a farm where I don't buy from. So it's only gonna be maybe 7 or 8 farms.
Yeah.
Sakai, Omasako, Momotaro, Shintaro, um, a few others. You know, Maruhiro is gonna be base camp,
Yeah.
and then from there onwards. But man,
Nice.
it's
Right.
been a while.
Let me just answer this question, Sid.
Yeah.
If you're in an aquatic shop, Luke, you want a sack of PDV salt. It's usually a blue sack, about the sort of same size and shape as a sack of cement. And then I'm going to answer Simon's question. Why completely flat? After well, we harvested both ponds in the Munger Tunnel, well, both Ricky's ponds, and they are completely flat bottomed. And the drain for them is actually right up against the wall. It's about 6 inches away from the wall, and then that goes to the settlement chambers. And when we harvested them ponds, there was not an ounce of crap on the bottom of that pond. And then when you go to our pond next door, that again is completely flat bottomed, but this time the drain is in the back left hand corner, but yet the bottom is devoid of shit. So why not get that extra bit of volume and water space having it flat bottomed? Can you see what I mean? If I've got a sloping bottom on the one that I've got, but because of the shape, it gave me dead spots. So that was why I had a lot of shit accumulate. But if you
So
if you
B.
if you beveled the bottom, you're losing out on water space. Now, a lot of these easy ponds that are out, well, I would say most all of the easy ponds that are out there, I would presume that they've got a flat bottom. Scrag will be able to confirm. Now, just question for you, Scrag. You've got an easy pond. One, is it completely flat bottomed? And two, do you get any crap on the bottom? No, no, pressing the wrong buttons. So, yeah. How are we doing, PB? So that's those two questions answered until they come back in the comments. You were saying, so what's your biggest project you've got going on at the moment then, Sid?
Dude, Vince, it is mental, brother. It is mental right now. I've got a pond that's happening that's about 9,000 square feet and about 4 feet deep. We've Oshiba has set up a workshop in collaboration with an engineering company to start producing RDF, Baki showers, etc., in stainless steel. We're about
Yeah,
to we're about to sign in on a 6 acre property with two huge, massive ponds and a couple of like gangster stuff going. We've got about 25 projects Vince, going on all over the country. I've only been to the farm now after 3 weeks, bro. I saw my fish after 3 weeks, Vince. Just think, it's taken me so long to get here. Imagine what it took for me to let this place go for 3 weeks in my own country, bro.
but
It's
you come
nuts,
back and
bro.
everything was all right.
Oh, dude, they they've grown, so much, Vince. They're doing so well. Like I'm just so happy, man. I like. I haven't had the time to do any content. You know, I've just been working hard to meet my bills and make sure like all the projects are on point and things like that. It's been a lot
Yeah.
of pressure. There's no joke
So
about
when are we going to see some videos on these projects?
dude. So here's the problem, right? A lot of the projects that are doing are in collaboration with a lot of big time architects, pond builders, and construction companies and things. And like I'm only doing the what they call LSS, life support systems, and the setup of the pond and the fish and things like that. And like the
Right.
project itself isn't mine. Like they'll be building the basin. You know what I mean? And then skimmers, bottom drains, filters, aerators, electricals, all of that is installed by me. Fish is installed by me. I mean, fish are introduced by me, and maintenance is taken care of by me. So it's a lot of like corporate projects. I can't share all of them. I have a lot of
Right,
restrictions, you know, but it's 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 pretty mental, bro. It's pretty mental. I wish you were here, man.
mate. I've got so much going on here at the moment. It's
I've been
just
watching.
crazy.
I've been watching in my spare time. You
Right.
know,
Oh, almost knocked me lemonade everywhere. Let me just
adjust this camera.
let me just mine's PB Way is saying mine is almost flat at the bottom and I don't get poo left at the bottom. Scrag says, yeah, I do get crap in the corner, but I think that's due to the air. But I would say that as well, mate. People trying to ring me on a Sunday after 2 o'clock is they never learn.
Never learn.
Never learn. The main pond, I was getting crap on the bottom, but since putting the spacer on the dome, loads better, no crap. And then we can call. Should I use sedate when moving big fish from a wild pond to a lime pond? Depends how
Mark,
far you're going to move it. It really does depend how far you're going to move it. How far away is the wild pond to the lime pond? And we can go from there. PV Wade says the spin driver is what works for me. If I turn my air pump down when I get poo left on the bottom, but running my evolution accent alone on the bottom drain, sort of poo. Yeah, and aerated bottom drains are good for that. Me personally, I'm not a lover of
uh-huh.
aerated bottom drains. How many miles is that? 20 kilometers. Someone
About like
should be able
46
to.
miles, 44, 46 miles roughly.
About 6 miles, did you say?
40, 44 to 46 miles, I think.
No, you shouldn't. As long as you've got oxygen in the
Oh, it's
bag. But
13 miles.
13
13 miles.
miles,
Yes, sir.
10, 13 miles. I wouldn't sedate them. I would. I would put a lot of oxygen in there. If you've got proper oxygen, oxygen them up in a bag. Failing that, you've got an air pump that you can run on a compressor or a generator that runs off the car. You can air the bag up like that. It's only 10 miles. It's not far. Be absolutely fine. Big Scott and Duracell Koi. Vince, do you mix the hydrogen peroxide in a bucket of pond water before putting it in the pond? No,
No, bro.
no. I literally it measures. I take it you're doing a PP treatment. So in that case, it doesn't matter whether you mix it with pond water and chuck it in, or you just pour that little cap full or whatever. I mean, for my pond, it used to be 185 mil of hydrogen peroxide to neutralise the PP that I put into the pond. I'm not going to tell you what measurements I put in, but yeah, no, I literally just drop it straight in the pond, and it gets blown about by your returns. It gets sucked in by your skimmer and stuff like that. It won't take long. I mean, I have videoed the process on my own pond, and in less than 5 minutes, it goes from like that purpley colour back to clear. It's amazing to watch. First time I ever done it, I was like, what? But yeah, now it's just tip it in, walk away, and come back 10, 15 minutes later, and everything's swimming fine. Your pond's absolutely clear, apart from some of the DOC scum on the top that you get. But how long do I leave the PP in? Scott, it all depends on what I'm treating for. And if I'm going to do a PP treatment, I try to maintain as close to 4 hours as possible. But sometimes it's come to 3.5 hours, and I've looked at the pond and the fish are telling me, all right, we've had enough now, and then I'll put my PP in. And one, it depends how strong a dose you've put in, and two, it's your pond. You'll know how your fish act, if that makes any sense. Right. But the other issue is the water in the pond is evaporated and the fish are in low oxygen. So the wild pond is low. But if you oxygenate the water when you bag it, i.e., with an air pump or with some oxygen, like you would if you were selling a fish, then you should be absolutely fine. What sort of temperatures are you at the moment? Because that's your other factor, and that is that higher the water temperature, the lower the oxygen content. So you have to give it more. Hence why people recommend when your water goes up to like 30 degrees and plus through the summer, people say make sure you've got plenty of air going. And that is purely because the higher the temperature of the water, the lower the oxygen content in it. So you have to put more in to compensate for that. Thank you. All good after 2 hours and double the amount of PP. What do you mean by double the amount of PP? Have you doubled what you would normally put in? Need more information. Oh, Australian centigrade. Simon, what temperature is that in our degrees? And I'm glad to see that we've got 43 people joined in with us, and I'm really pleased with that because
How many likes there, Vince?
I can't see because I'm running through
I want to
StreamYard.
see 44 likes, folks. Every
So
Sunday,
yeah,
he takes the
I,
effort to do this.
well, I would normally be at the All England Koi Show, but but because I've now got the pond ripped down and that needs to be done, I I personally couldn't justify the the money on the fuel there and back. I would have ended up spending money on a fish that I shouldn't really be buying, you know. And I know I'm not getting to see a lot of the people that I would normally see at that show and get to chat with them. That is one downside. But my priorities have got to be every fund I get to be put into the new build to try and get it done as soon as possible, preferably before Christmas. 24 degrees. Yeah, that is. But yeah, as long as you oxygenate the bag, 10 miles, you should be absolutely fine, mate. Afternoon, Neil. How we doing, Chris? Give me a call later on this afternoon. I was flat out busy when you called me the other day. So, what are your plans for the coming week then, Sid?
So I've got to drop off 3 sunsai to the south of India, about 1,000 kilometers away. Then I've got to drop a 3 other sunsai another 1,000 kilometers away in another direction. And then I've got to do about 30 tosai that need to be sent about 600 kilometers away. And then another 30 tosai, jumbo tosai that need to be sent another 1,200 kilometers away. I've got to
In,
go.
You're not delivering them personally, though, are you?
So here's the thing, right? When the orders start getting into like Sansai and like 2030 Tosai and thing like that, then we take it upon ourselves to deliver it. So the team will be going to deliver them and introducing them and making sure they go in safe. So that leaves us with a little bit of complication because there's four of us in total and there's four different deliveries. And then apart from that, I need to go down. I need to go up north to this town called Ahmedabad to check out this pond over there and fix some issues that a client's having there. And then I've got to do a couple of like pond visits to like
Yep.
provide consultation and things like that. The week is absolutely horrendous, Vince. Like I have not seen Tony in a long while. I've
Oh,
not seen
bless
my
him.
fish. I've not seen my fish in a long while or my farm in a long while. Like I'm just soaking it in, you know. Like I got here yesterday night at 3 o'clock at night, went to sleep and got to the farm at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's 7 o'clock in the evening and I'm still here. I don't intend on going home anytime soon.
Well, the life and times of an entrepreneur. Well, you
We gotta
can't knock
push
it.
hard, man.
Well,
I've
yeah,
got
you're a brand new business in a country that is very new to the hobby.
Yep, and I've got a lot of ground to cover in the next 2 weeks before I leave for Niigata, man. I have my fourth shipment coming in since we started this farm, Vince. Fourth shipment coming in before I leave, and then I'm there trying to find a Nisai for the senior IJKS, my friend.
Nice.
It's gonna be a lot of effort because like this time I'm not gonna like go to the farmer and say, hey, I'm looking for a show winner, but instead I'm going to be going from farm to farm buying a few Nisai and then
Yeah.
in that process kind of picking out one fish that I believe can win. So it's going to be a lot more fun, a lot
Yeah.
more risk, but I think I think it's going to be fun. I'm going to get to meet Joe. I'm going to get to meet Joe for the first time, and then I'm going to get to meet Taro. I'm trying to meet Sean, and there's a few other people that just about cross over the same timeline when I'm there. Oh yeah, you tell him
And
this.
no, I'm not. Why did you want it, Neil?
I don't know what the BNW MKS is, bro. Otherwise, I would have told them.
It's the Birmingham and West Midlands Koi Show.
Ah, I've heard of that one.
It's a brand new event and show that is starting this year, and it's the Birmingham and West Midlands Koi Show Junior Koi Show. So
Wow.
Simon will probably correct me if I'm wrong, and what they mean by junior is it has to be under 65 centimeters. So there's no big fish in the show. So with that, there's the what's the word? The possibility of such a wider variety of fish because of that. They've got to be no bigger than 65 because the emphasis then is on all of the fish and not just the top sizes. If that makes sense. Well, that's the way I'm the way I'm looking at it. How are we doing, Big Rick? Christine, Lester, please, 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 can all of you out there help us people starting up? After all, we have to start somewhere. Can you elaborate on that one, please, Chris? Yep, there is that Wiccan, and I did put a link in the comments. anyone wants to come on and join us this afternoon, I think we will run to about an hour this week because I got to go and make a mix of cement and get some bricks in so I can get the bit for the patio all finished and drying off and ready, so then I can start taking the stuff down. Yeah, well, I'll be at New Forest. Okay, Chris. I will be at New Forest like normal on Monday and Wednesday, and Thursday and Tuesday will be a day off, relaxing. Then on the Friday, I got to take Susan to London to get her for her birthday present. I'm taking her to see the Lion King at the West End. And then when we come back on the Saturday, I've got a friend coming down for a couple of weeks. And hopefully, weather permitting and everything, in that couple of weeks, we should be able to get the concrete foundations in and at least all or some of the brick and block laying done once I reach out to a couple of people. Simon's answer. I was just about to say, I couldn't tell you that one, Phil, but if you ask Simon, Gav saying, done my first blanket treat yesterday. Boiling on Nexus, it looks like it's felt a lot of the treatment out. White creamy sediment in the filter. You'll get that anyway, mate, because it sticks to the blanket weed fibres that then come away. And that's why it ends up in the filter as well as the blanket weed. But you'll find a lot of the treatment had already worked itself in before you end up doing your filter clean. Did you do a filter clean before you put the blanket weed treatment in? In what way was you disappointed, Phil? Because I know the Hollybush show, they do put a lot of effort in, and if I'm not wrong, that is quite a small show anyway. I'm sure Simon went to that one. Didn't you go to that one, Simon? Simon, why don't you come on and join us?
Yeah, Simon.
Yeah, Simon. Got a mouth like Gandhi's flip flopped. So, what are you looking forward to the most out of this Japan trip?
So, I like the shipment that's coming before I go to Japan. You're gonna love this one. Has about 250 Dainichi Tosai coming. Super Monster and Mona Lisa showers. And then we got some Maruji Nisai and some other beautiful stuff. But like this time that I'm there, like like last time I went, it was all about budget koi, right? It was all about getting
Yeah.
like the best deal that I can and stuff like that. But this time I'm gonna be trying to go to the big farms and trying to buy some of the top stock, you know.
Mate, last time you was there, you was spending money like it was water. So fuck, we're going to be like this shit this time. Jesus Christ.
You know, Vince, in the last 3 months, I've brought in 4 tons of koi, bro, in total from Japan, and I've sold off
Mental.
about a ton and a half. But like we've had 4 tons come in, but this time the like the objective is not to get budget fish, right? It's not for me to try and get like stuff that like the hobbyist is gonna just snap up, right? Like I want to go there this time, and I want like Dainichi. I want everybody to know that I'm there. Like Sid means business, bro. You know, like Sid means business. Like I want them to know that. Like, and I wanna be able to pick up at least a few boxes of like some quality like
So,
Rosanke.
are you are you going to be coming home with some more Aoki fish?
No man, I have way too many Aoki fish, bro. Vince, I've got in my farm right now, Vince. I'll tell you, okay, 15 Showa, 3 Sanke, about 9 Kohaku on sale, and then the 17 1,700 Kawari Mono, bro. You know,
All from
like
Naoki.
no, from like Aoki and Yamasan and Sakazume, there's basically like Kikusuis, Yamato Nishikis, Haisai Nishikis, Benikiko Kyurus, Benikumo Nyurus, Doitsu Kogane Ochibas, Ogons, all the weird stuff. You know, all the funky stuff. But there's like I can literally, I have 2 bowls full of Gosanke, man.
Is
You know,
that it?
because that's it, dude. That in this massive space, I have 2 bowls of Gosanke. So like, and you know me, right? Before I went to Japan, I had not a lot of idea about Gosanke.
Yeah.
I was all into like Mario's fish,
Yes,
which
you
is
was.
Kawari, yeah, which is Kawari Mono and stuff like that. So like, I'm still personally into Kawari Mono, but like the questions that hobbyists and like collectors have been throwing at me over the past few months have made me informed
Yeah.
regarding Gosanke. So like this time I'm there to pick up at least 10 boxes of like just like bangers, dude. Like a box of like really clean tanchos, a box of like I'm gonna try and get some
Afternoon,
Dragon
Gaz.
Ball, like Dragon Ball Kohakus from
Dragon Ball
Sakai, and
Sankey.
like yeah, sorry, Dragon Ball Bloodline Sankey and Kohakus from Sakai, but then also like Mona Lisa and um, I know they're big brands. You know I'm not that guy. Okay, you know I'm not that guy, but like at this point now I'm a dealer, so I need to buy what people want.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. There is that.
so like, and they're all expensive. You know, like Dainichi is not going to open his doors to me really easy. So like, I've made it a point to buy a couple of like Tategoi Nisai from him, and like just like 5 or 10 boxes of like Tosa just close from him, dealer select, so
Yeah.
that when I go there, he knows to show me the good stuff. You know,
Is that through your
otherwise,
relationship that you have with Marahiro?
sorry, I lost you there. Hold on. There's something up with my voice, with my sound.
Hello. How we doing, Jamie? How's your pond? Gaz, how's your pond? It seems like Sydney has got technical difficulties. Have you got a wire that needs replacing like Gaz? Hello. Can
Hear
you
me,
hear
man?
me? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Right. Okay.
There's some stuff going on with my headphones, bro. Just give me a second.
But like I said, I did put I did put a link in the comments if anyone wants to come on and join us. You're all welcome. Oh, I knew it was going to be one of these days.
Sorry, Vince. My headphones just died on me. I'm running on speakers now.
Right. You can hear me though.
Yep, I can hear you all clear.
Good, good, good. Everything good. Thanks, Vince. Pond doing well. It's just getting topped up right now because it's pissing down. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm up here at the present moment because it's raining outside. Mate, I just wish this weather would stop. But if the weather has stopped, then I will go out and I'll start stripping off some decking boards off the pond. But if not, then I'll be putting the mix board indoors in the porch. I'll be making up a mix of sand and cement, and I'll be putting the bricks in that I had to knock out to move the woodwork. Yeah, so as well as some bricks that needed putting in, I've got about 6 bricks that have got to be re-put in because we moved the fucking framework. These things are centre tries, but hopefully that's the only thing that will happen in that respect of doing something and then having to change it. But I'm glad I got a friend coming down because that digging would kill me. Mind you, the pickle came in yesterday, and he's usually my moving machine. And yeah, he popped in yesterday and said, like, as soon as you start, give me a shout. I was like, banging, because I know that man can move some soil. Unit of a bloke. But yeah, absolutely cracking, mate. And he will be over as well. So no doubt he will enter in my videos of the rebuild. He was in the videos of the front garden rebuild. And that's the problem. The big hole that is in the porch under the floor, that hole was dug because Susan, my daughter, wanted to put a hot tub recessed in the floor. And we got the hole 3/4 dug, and then they changed their mind. But the thing was, by that time, all the soil that had come out of that area was now in the front garden. So I was not going to rip the front garden apart to put it back in. So I just built a fucking wooden framework floor over the top and left it. Well, because of the changes that we're now making, and we're going to turn that area back into a patio, then so I'm just reading the comments as well. I thought Gaz was talking to me, but he's not. He's talking to Mark Childs. But yeah, where was I at? No, it's gone. Yeah, so now I've decided to turn that area back into a patio. I've now got a ruddy great hole to fill. So definitely, don't worry about Mum. I just thought you was talking to me. And that's like, uh, I haven't started my pipe work yet. Just confused me a bit. You know what I'm like.
Be right back in a second, Vince.
BRB. So yeah, but the plan is get them laid, and if I've got any muck left, I can then go down the long block and start laying out the first or second course of bricks for the bio chamber, because I can get the bio chamber and the showers all fitted into place all before the pond's built, because I know exactly how that's going to run. It's literally, I just got to find a mate or find someone that's got a 3-inch corbett, so I can put two 3-inch holes in a long block wall just above the pond wall, because they will be the returns, and that is the only returns there will be. 2 3-inch pipes, because the bio chamber will be pump fed through the Tempest, over the shower, down into the bio chamber, which will then gravity return back to the pond like it would on the end of a multi-bay. If that makes any sense. I wouldn't know, Jamie, because I don't feed Sakiakari at Luke's Pond. What? Joey says, thanks all for joining us. I've been to Chicago. You've been great. Until next time, I will catch you on the. Yeah, you're right there, guys. You are right there. What's the plan for the outside face of the pond walls? Well, because I'm going to be building the pond with the blocks on edge, I'm going to be putting in some pillars. So on what will be the back wall and the front wall, and the porch wall will have a pillar or two in there, because that's where the windows go in as well. And then what I want to do, one for strength, and one because I can't be asked to boxing stuff in and then feather edging over the top. So I'm going to fill in the gaps between the pillars with bricks laid properly, which will, one, give me a bit of structural integrity because they will be tied in with brick ties that I will put in as I go up with the block wall. And then I would like to find someone who is able to do a good job at rendering. And then the front two facing walls that will be visible to all in sundry, I would like a real nice smooth finish. So I can just give it a real nice coat of paint and then have done with it. So yeah, that's the plan. But at the same time, yes, I have, but at the time of using it, my quality of koi were not as good as they are now. So I wouldn't say that there was uh, much there to warrant paying for the Eugen. But once the pond is rebuilt and back running, I will be going back to feeding Takazumi. And yes, I will be trying the Eugen this year or early next year. So yeah, I will be able to give you a better set of results once I've actually used it, Gav. But yeah, I am going back to. I mean, don't get me wrong, the uh, the Vital from the forest, which is basically the Coppen's spirulina, has done absolutely awesome for the pond and has done absolutely awesome for the fish. There has been a little bit more waste, but the waste is in the filters, not on the floor of the pond. So that's that's where we're at there on that one. So yeah, but I will be going back to it. I mean, I the difference in the fish that I took to the national now to then is crazy. I mean, the platinum ogon that got third in size and class on at the national one was in size class one. Well, that is well in its top end of size class two now. So yeah, and that's purely feeding cop and spirulina, 3 mil and 6 mil mixed. So, but I have had to, and it doesn't help with the amount of fish I had in there as well. But I was cleaning my easy pod every day, and I noticed that before the feeding really turned on the pond, it was getting cleaned every third day. So yeah, it was producing a little bit more waste than what I would have liked, but the fish look absolutely spanking on it, and for the price point, it's absolutely brilliant. It's just I've tried it now, and if anything, what I will do is I will mix it with my Takazumi to bulk it out and thus give that extra color for food, because you'll find the the ingredients in the Coppins spirulina will have one set of ingredients, but the ingredients from the Gold Plus, which is what is in both of the mixes, the Easy Mix or the Mix, have got different. So, if anything, I would integrate the 3 mil and the 6 mil in with the 4.5 mil Gold Plus, which is the color, and then in the winter, I also mix some Vital with that Takazumi Vital and some Easy, which is the sinking one. But yeah, that is what I will be going back to next year, but with adding the spirulina with it. Thus, they will get slightly less, but it will help spread the cost over the year because they've gone through almost 30 kilos this year. Absolutely mental. And this is it. I keep saying, people say, "Oh, I want big fish. I want big fish." One, you've got to have the fucking filtration to cope with it, and two, they eat a lot of food. A lot of food. You know.
Vince. You want to know what I'm feeding at this point?
Go on.
I'm feeding 19 kilograms per day in my farm, bro.
Yeah, but
Massive.
what's your water temperatures at though?
My water temperature is like 22 to 25.
Well, see, at that temperature, if the conditions are right, they're going to want 2% of their body weight a day.
Dude, the fish that came to us that were 9 and 12 centimeters, every single one of them is between 16 and 30 centimeters, bro. 90 days later. Like, full power, little Nisai looking bad boys, like crazy, dude.
Yeah, there is that, Jamie. There is that, Jamie. And I'm there was there was a product I used to use, and you can get it if you Google it, and it was a product called Anorex Bio, and I used to use that in a long time ago, but they still do it, and it's good. It's very much like what you're talking about, but it's been that long I haven't had a bottle in my hand. But yeah, look it up, Anorex Bio, and it's an additive that you can put in to help aid healing and all that sort of stuff. It's not one that will chew your ammonium and your nitrite for you and thus giving you false reading. I mean, if your pond filters are running properly, then why do you need to add extra bacteria to it? You know, if you've got a a routine and a regime and a feeding regime on your pond, and you know your fish, you know your filtration, you know when there's something up. Yeah, maybe add a bit when you add two or three fish to a pond to then help that initial, but on a constant once every fucking 4 days or once a week putting it in. If you like I say, if your filters are running right, why do you need it? You know, it's like the Virkon thing, isn't it? Whereas it's a bactericide. So how does it differentiate between good and bad bacteria? Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like I just said, yeah. If you've got a pond and you're going to add a couple of fish into it, then yeah, because it'll help that initial initial jump in your readings. But I once you've gone over that and your filters are then maintaining and reading right, then why do you need to add extra to it on a weekly basis? That's just my thinking. Anyway, I put a link in. Why don't you fucking come on, tit? I don't know. But have we got anyone else out there got any questions? Got anything they would like to ask? If not, if not, I might wrap this one up for this week and go and finish today's video and lay a few bricks. Unless there's any questions out there or anyone wants to join. Yeah, but the difference is that stuff, Gav, has been around for almost 20 years now. So it's been around long enough. It's proven itself. But yeah, it is good stuff. it is good stuff. I used to use it at the old house that I lived at when I had a house full of systems again. But yeah, and I only ever used it if I had a fish that had knocked a scale or bashed itself. I used to put that in, and everything would be cool. Before Christmas, at least, Gaz, to be totally honest. Uh, let's say everyone apart from one person took all the fish that were sold on the auction I did last weekend, which gives me enough to pay for the Boxweld liner once the actual brickwork and polystyrene and everything is done.
How
So
much is the
yeah.
liner, Vince?
Oh, Carl, it's downstairs. See, I told you you should have done it. Well, I'll do it later. I forgot what I was saying now.
You're talking about the liner, Vince. I was asking you how much is that liner,
Yeah,
Vince?
yes. Well, like I said, I mentioned this on a couple of videos, but I gave Matt from Howie Coy, go over, check his website out. If there's nothing on his website that takes your eye, give him a call. Guarantee you he has. But anyway, he's also a Boxford liner dealer as well as a Filtro dealer from.
Nice.
But well, that's beside the point. I asked him to price me up a flat sheet liner and a Boxford liner to the measurements that I've got. Now, a 0.75 mil rubber liner I think it was about 570. A 1 mil Firestone rubber liner was 690. But yet, Boxweld liner, which is rubber, to my measurements, 450 quid.
That's pretty good.
I couldn't even get fiberglass for that price. You
That's a
know,
bang up price, Vince.
you're looking if I was to fiberglass that, you're looking at a couple of grand.
Oof.
Yeah, and I want to keep this build as cheap as humanly possible. And before anyone starts screaming, but you're putting a drum in, Vince. I'm putting in a second-hand drum that was in a real fucking shit state. That is now in. Oh, did you see the state of the drum on the videos that I put out, Sid?
I'm gonna go
Oh,
and check it out now, Vince.
I'll send them to you in a bit. Honestly, they were minging. There's parts missing that I've got to pay for. There's a couple of parts that need replacing. So all in all, it's going to cost me
Dude,
about 400 quid.
you're crazy, Vince. 400 quid
Yeah,
for
just
parts.
just getting the drum reconditioned.
Damn, bro.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
so
But that's
I'm doing.
that's that's £400 in comparison to like £1,600.
Damn. So
Yeah,
I'm building a drum now, Vince. That we're putting on sale. It's all stainless steel. Got 140-watt UV built in, stainless steel mesh and things like that. Like rock solid, built like a tank. It works out to
yeah.
about 950 pounds roughly right now. That's
Sweet. Hang on.
15 tons.
No, Simon, I'm not ordering it. I've got the money there, which is there now. So as soon as it comes to the point, I can do the final measurements, and then the money's there. So anything else that I can put together now will go towards sand, cement, and everything else that I'm going to need. because I'm not putting a concrete base in.
You're not putting in a concrete basin?
No, I'm going to concrete me 4-inch pipe work in. I'm just going to build well, I'm not going to build. I'm going to put in a concrete ring that I lay my
Okay,
blocks on, and
makes sense.
then I'm going to compact sand because going down to the depth I'm going to go, it's virgin ground down that deep has never been dug. So anything below that is going to be absolutely solid. So putting sand in there and running around with a whacker for half a day, that ain't going to go nowhere. And once I know it is completely flat from corner to corner, then polystyrene will go in, then the liner will go in on top of that.
It's roughly like 1,000 pounds right now, UK. Yes.
But that drum you're making,
No, my electricity bill right now in in pounds is about 1,000 pounds right now at the farm. About 600, about 800 to 1,000 pounds roughly. Yeah,
hell.
it's scary, Vince.
I think Gav saying you've changed, Vince, gone over to the dark posh side. No, not at all. No,
It's the
not
Sid
at all, mate.
effect. It's the Ochiba
Mate,
effect. Vince sold
mate.
out with me.
No, that drum is a serious recycle project. Serious recycle
Yeah.
project. Well, Gaz has seen the
Oh,
video.
he's just trying to act like a hustler, guys. He's a baller. He's a secret baller.
Gaz Gaz has seen the video, and yeah, mate. Honestly, in fact,
You're pulling up a
so
photo.
I can't pull it up, but I can send it to you.
Look at you, Vince, with your RDF and your brand new pond. He's a baller. And your champion fish, Vince. Don't let it. Ain't nobody forget his champion fish, all right, dude.
I'm not saying a word, Sydney. Fucking hell, when was the last time you messaged me?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Every 3 days. It's just we take 3 days to get to each other, bro.
There you go. I've just sent a video to you. Those that yeah, exactly that.
Check.
Yeah, see, Gaz to you.
Dude,
They were right.
that's just in spares, bro. That's just in spares. Like he ain't talking about the purchase price, and he ain't talking about the other shit. That's just spares, bro. 400 pounds, bro.
But yeah, he's right. £400 for a drum is cheap, but it's before it's usable. It's going to need that £400 and a lot of fucking work. I've just
Oh,
sent you a
holy
video,
crap.
Sid.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks like a lot of work, bro. Honestly, that looks like more work than. Oh, shit. Dude, what is that, Vince? What is that even, bro? What is that even, bro? Look at that.
Right. So yeah, they were in a real bad state. So yes, they have been rescued. They have been rescued, and now they are going to be rebuilt. In fact, when I was down at Matt's place, he said, "You might as well just say you've given me a bear carcass, and I'm just putting everything else on it.
See, that's why you'd be better off buying my drum bins. It's all stainless steel, nice
No,
chunky,
see,
chunky. Uh huh.
no, see, it's one. I would never spend the amount of money that they want for a brand new drum. You know, it's just
Who
that I've
who
had
told you you
the
need to buy it, bro?
I'm lucky. I've been had the opportunity and been given this one that needs rescuing and rebuilding. You know,
If
and
only I knew.
if spending 300-400 pound getting it rebuilt, yeah, and it's gonna
That's true,
save me
guys.
time and effort. There you go, Sid. So,
That is false, my friends. Okay, I could send you an entire container, Vince, for 1,200 pounds, bro. You
well,
you don't doubt the logistic capabilities of Ochiba. You can doubt me all you want.
underfloor heating from your gas boiler would be very cheap. Mate, do you know the amount of work it would take to put in underfloor heating in the bottom of a pond? I can
Stay around the
understand.
koi pond, my friend.
I can understand what you're saying, but yeah, because I know you can get underfloor heating put into concrete floors, but how much is it really going to save you, and how much will it really cost to run it, especially if you don't cover the pond? That's another factor as well. I know a lot of people that have put a gas boiler in and run a what's the fucking thing called? A heat exchanger. A heat exchanger. So where you've got your boiler, and then you've got something where it pumps water through that and then back into your system. I don't know how they work, but they are supposed to be cheap and economical. But one, it's going to cost you a fortune to get the gas line run out to your filter house, because if you're running from your house out to your filter house to run a boiler, that's going to have to be run in at least 22 mil copper. I'm sure Simon will correct me if not, but I'm sure it'll have to be running 22 mil copper just to be able to keep the pressure right. And that in itself is a lot of money, because copper pipe is very, very expensive at the moment.
So half my electricity bill is spent on cooling, Vince. It's like
Well,
8 o'clock
cooling.
at night on cooling, bro. At least 70% of my 1,000 pound bill is spent on cooling my koi house, bro. Fucking mental, bro.
Yeah, it's just right to say that, Gav, but it it's putting it somewhere and having the room to put it somewhere without it looking like a fucking eyesore.
You've got a compact space to work with, Vince.
Oh, hang on. Luke's a plumber, so it it's because it is condensing makes it more efficient, and you would need to run 28 mil. Oh, I see. I was close. I was close. Yeah, I've got a little gas bottle fire that Sean made from New Forest, and that'll be on the patio. But don't you panic about that. But no, the main pond at present will stay unheated, an unheated system until I can come across a nice air source heat pump at a really stupidly low price. Up until that point, it stays as it is. So, I think that is us for today because I can then go and get on. So, guys and girls, thank you very much for joining along. And as always, don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not. Man beside me's been Sid from Chiba Koi.
Vince's little beast. What's that, Vince? Why are we looking so concerned?
No, I was just trying to read the comment that just come up. You would be better off, Vince, linking your grow on and the main pond and running him off the main source. Hmm. One to think about, especially as I'm going to be putting a roof and enclosing it.
You're gonna
Cheers,
have a
Wicked.
covered pond now, Vince?
Yeah,
Is your oh sweet bro?
just it's only going to be cheap, clear corrugate.
That's awesome. That doesn't matter, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah, got me fucking thinking now. So, ladies and gentlemen, on that, as always, guys and girls, my man next to me has been Sid from Achieva Koi India. I'm Twisted Koi. You lot out there, you know you're always great. And we will see you, no doubt, later on today with a little video. Oh, yes, 100%, mate. Catch you later, guys.